Alright, let's try this out. We're going to do a little bench build here. I'm Andrew from Scale Autocast. I've got one of these Aoshima snap tight kits, or the snap kit, A86. These are kind of interesting. They're 1/32 scale. I've built a couple of them already. I did the Skyline and I did the 240Z, and they're pretty cool. I like the way they come out. They're really easy. A good way to get back into building. I haven't built in a while. So I'm going to do one of these before I start doing a glue kit. The decals are actually stickers. And this one came with some like background stuff to do pictures. So I'm going to put that all aside for now. I think this tells you about license plates in Japan. Back in the bag. The instructions. And decals are here for now. Let's see, a separate tree for the windows. Separate trees for plastic tires, front bumper, headlights and taillights, looks like. Separate trees for the steering wheel. Pop-up doors and lights. The interior bucket here. Taillight buckets. Wheel covers or wheels. The body. The chassis. So let's do this. Let's see. You are going to want a set of these and X-Acto blade. I think I'll get a fresh blade on here. Ooh, this is kind of rusted together a little bit. You might want some tweezers, a couple different sets. All right. First thing I want to sticker the body. I think I'm going to do that last. I kind of like to do that last. Same with doing the windows. I'm going to start with the chassis first. We'll do that first. Or sorry, the interior, and then the chassis. And then I'll go back to the body. I'm going to do it out of order. You know what? I could do it in order. Let's see. Scissors too. Open these up. Plastic's actually really nice. You know, I'm not worried about not painting it. Probably will do some panel lines. Let's see here. The decals on this will probably be trickier than other ones because they are pretty big. Let's start with probably these big ones here. 36 and 35. 33 and 32. Let's start with the driver's side. 33 is this bottom one. Let's start there. That looks pretty good. They usually fit pretty well. Just using my finger to burnish it down. There's that one. All right, let's do the middle one. I hadn't started this one yet because I was a bit intimidated by the size of these stickers. But let's try. This is going to be behind the wheel well. Oh, it's got little lines in the sticker that show the door seams, which is kind of neat. You can kind of see the red there. Guess I kind of could have got up a little higher. Kind of see a little red seam there, but yeah, I don't know, not too bad. Can I peel this back off? Maybe. Yeah, I think if I'm really careful, I can reapply this. Go up a little higher. Okay, so I'd recommend doing the innermost one first. Those decals are cool. I reapplied that. Fixed it. You call them decals, they're really stickers. All right. Use my fingernail and my fingers. That's better. Get rid of the red line. All right, cool. I like that better. So I will do this inner one first on the other side, and then this bottom one last. Let's see. I'm gonna do the one above the belt molding. Tricky to apply. Get that lined up. That looks pretty good. Let's see. Let's start with 28. Okay. Interesting. So that's got little tabs that go under. I think I goofed up here. Definitely goofed. Those have little tabs that want you to go under here. So yeah, all right. All right. It's back on here. I suppose they intend the numbers for you to go in order. I've not always adhered to that. That's the cat. Pulling the cable down. Carefully pull this up a little bit. I have to carefully pull this one up. And this one that I already had up. Pulls back a little bit. Okay. All right. This is tricky. All right, not bad. There's a little bit of red right here. I will take some semi-gloss paint and fix that. Or I've got some black chrome stuff I can use. But, you know, not too bad. Now I'm going to do the same for the front here. Pull that back. You know, not bad. I guess easier than painting, but kind of tricky. But you gotta take your time with them. And there's definitely an order to them. And I will do it in the correct order on the other side now. I'll put the little decal on now. Actually, you know what? There's a bunch of little decals at once for like nameplates. I'm going to wait and do those at the end because I'm going to be handling the body, and I feel like the little decals are easier to disturb and accidentally take off with your fingers if you're not paying attention. So I'm just going to stick with the big decals for now, and the same with the window ones. All right, so definitely best practice is to start with the fender ones. So let's do that. So the way you line these up, line these up over the molding, and then sort of bring it down. Going forward a little more. They do flex a bit, so you can bend them around the curve. Alright, so fender ones first, and then this middle one, the top. You do the top middle one, or this middle one, and then the bottom one. Get that lined up. That looks nice. Alright, not bad. Yeah, it's not perfect, but for some big stickers, it looks pretty good. And there's a little guy that goes right here. Some tweezers to place it. Not bad. Alright, those are the big ones for the body, so I'm going to worry about the other ones after I'm pretty much done handling it. Now we got to do the windows. Put these out. Let's see, to the front windshield. I kind of wish glue kits came with these. Make it a bit easier. Let's see. I gotta slide over a little bit. Try to position them. Yeah, a little tricky, but once you get it down, works pretty well. Alright, do the rear one. Honestly, the thing that takes the most on these kits is the stickers. And then it probably takes the most patience and skill. The rest of the kit is very, very simple. Ouch. Yeah, once you get them positioned, they get in pretty easily. Pretty well engineered. And if they're not perfect, it's not too bad because the interior is black. It'll kind of hide stuff. Yeah, the cat's coming to visit. Go away. Top. Set up. This one's neat. It's kind of got the little vent visor in there already. The holes poked out for the mirror. You'll spend more time probably stickering these than actually assembling them. Let's get the hang of it. Comes out pretty good. I got one, I got two more here. And then I'll start working on the interior. That back one. Get this one off here. Alright, there's the windows. And it wants you to assemble them into the body. you go. Just snap them into place, and they'll go up and fit into the openings. Body aside. All right, to your bucket. These aside, I'll need that. Let's have some more. Okay. Let's see. Some more stickers. 17 and 18. Is the gauge cluster. Get this in here. Get it off the tweezers. There we go. Cool. That one guy in there. The radio and HVAC. And then for some reason, right here, they've separately molded this vent, which seems crazy because it's this little tiny guy right there. It's hard to see. Carefully nibble this off. Needs a little trim. And the tweezers definitely. Put it in here. What a strange thing to mold separately. There it is. And the steering wheel setup, which is easy. Just nibble it off of here. Push it right into here. Perfect. And this is easy. You just unclip this. Clip these off. Don't clip the pins off that you need to secure it. And give them a little cleanup with the X-Acto blade. There we go. And there we go. We'll clean up here. We'll clean up here. A little bit on this side. All right, you fold this up, and you fold these up. As you fold them up, they snap together. And that's the interior. Very, very simple. And that clips into here. put it in from the back. And that just fits in there nice. So there we have the interior. All right, next, chassis. Just step aside. Okay, I'll just unclip it. Very simple, no detail at all, except a muffler, which maybe I'll paint later. I don't feel like getting any paints out right now. Try to do this without painting anything. Trim this off a little bit. Okay, these kits are kind of neat. Some of them have two options for height. I think I'll do this car lowered. I think it'll look better. You know what? It's got stock wheels. I'll do a stock height. It'll be fine. These are the axles. They're just little round plastic pieces. Unclip those. Gotta find the tires here. This bag. Those aside. Just plastic tires, just unclip them. These are very simple kits. But considerably nicer than the old Snap-Tight kits I used to build as a kid from like Revell Monogram and stuff back in the day. That's how I got started. Snap kits. Every now and then they're fun to do again. You know, it's nice to build a simpler kit. Helps you stay motivated. It's nice to have a really challenging kit sometimes. It's nice to have a simple kit so you can feel accomplished. The wheels out. Just unclip them. You know, make sure you hold on to parts as you're unclipping them. So don't go flying across the room. Get rid of some of these little extra burrs. Those just clip in like there. There's no, these are not staggered or anything. Choose stock ride height, which is the first one. Put the axle through. One side started. Get the other side pushed on. That's the chassis, and it's ready to go in the body. So the front, obviously the muffler goes to the back. The front goes like this. pins, right? No. It just shows it sitting in here like this. I think it sits loose until you clip the bumpers on. So I'll put that down for now. Let's see, now we got 2 bumpers. And there's a rear panel. There's a rear panel, some more stickers. And taillight buckets. Okay. So I think we're going to do taillight buckets, which are these. Sharper scissors, I guess. Alright. There are decals that go on these, or stickers. So let me do those first while I can hold it on this. Let's see. 25 and 24. 25 goes on 21, 25. Alright. All right. Just get those on. Now we clip them off. Okay. Those are going to clip into the body, which you can almost leave it off the chassis at the moment. Trim a little extra off the bottom of this. Right, put those in. Put that in. Okay. It needs. That's a mirror that fell off. There. And there's a sticker for the rear wiper I can put on. Let's see. This needs stickers as well. I got it upside down. It goes like that. Let's see. 13, 7, 11. I guess this is a Sprinter. Not an 86. I don't know. These I always get these all confused because there's so many versions. There's the Sprinter Trueno, Trueno Apex, whatever it is. A86 Toyota Corolla, whatever they're calling them. You know, it's the initial D car, right? That's what everybody knows it as. I'm just building it because I like old Japanese cars. And I'm going to put the sticker on here, license plate that says Sprinter Torino, or Sprinter 3-door. And what's 11? 11 is Toyota. Cool. All right, put that on. It seems like it goes on before the taillight lenses. Goes in here. I think I'll do the lenses first. Seems like the lenses will want to go in first. Alright. You just snap in little posts. And we'll do this. Yeah, I like the idea of doing that first. Persuasion. Have to snap in. It doesn't fit perfectly in there. It's kind of bouncing out. So, you know, I think when I'm all done, I won't show it in the video, but I'll probably put a little clear glue on this. It's kind of poking out, springing back. I'll put a little clear glue on that to hold it. But for now, I'll just leave it. Put a rear bumper. Pretty sure the rear bumper needs to go on with the chassis on. Yeah, it seems like it. It holds the chassis together. Looks like there's 2 pins there. Those clip in and then also hold. There's clips that go into the body. You push it together. Yeah. There it is. That's the back. So do it similar to the front here. Some more stickers. I'm going to unclip the front bumper. Right. The front license plate piece. All right. Okay. Goes in the front. '21 and '21. Those are the turn signals or markers. Whoops. So there's those. I'm gonna do some more here. Let's see. Side ones. Again, of all the ones I've done, the two other ones, they did not have nearly as many stickers. This is probably the most complicated one. I've got another one I'm going to do. I'll do a video on, which is a Countach. Doesn't have nearly as many decals. Little red slivers here that go all the way over. Those are body color. red and white ones on the sheet. So I believe they make a white version of this, like a Initial D car, because of course they do. There we go. And yeah. Now it has the option to do headlights up or headlights down. I think I'm going to do them up. Why not? Do them up is 11 and 10. And we're going to get the silver for the headlight bucket. Let's see. If I can get him to stick inside there. Ooh, tricky. Do the same for the other one. Alright, headlight lenses, unclip them carefully. Okay. Flashing on there, I guess. Pushed in there. A little bit of sprue left that I didn't get off. There we go. Then the headlight covers off. Trim the extra off of these carefully. I just took a little chunk out of them. My bad. Annoying, but I wasn't paying attention to which is which here, so you should have lined up. I need it. I need it either. That's better. I took a chunk out of one, which sucks. All right. Make sure these fit the right way. Yeah, that should be it. See, I took a little tiny chunk out there. Now we'll put the front bumper on. That's good. Some pins here. Yeah, I like it with the headlights up. That was cool. That's neat. All right. We'll put the mirrors on. One already fell off. The sprue. Carefully clip them off without taking off the pin. Get the stickers off of the mirror. It's this one. Nope, that's the other one. Say these aren't a totally novice kit, but they're fairly simple. But I would start with one of the simpler ones first. It doesn't have as many stickers. And these mirrors don't fit very well. That might require some white glue. Oh, there we go. Just took out a little bit of trying. This mirror is sticking out a little bit further. That's why. Alright, the mirrors are on. And I think that's pretty much it. Yes, that's the last step. Now, what I haven't done yet is finish putting all the other little decals on. I also missed a step. It takes a bunch of these little black decals on each of the wheels. I don't quite understand where those go. No, I see it. It wants those little black decals to go in each little lug hole to darken it up. And then of course we've got these. So let's do that. Back to here. Keyhole decal. Those decals, the rear Did the rear decals, right? So we got 15. So Apex Twin Cam can go on the back. And then Torino again. So we got them on the back. You know, nice little kit, I think. It's some tricky stuff, but the only thing I would do after I'm done is I'd clean up all my fingerprints, and then I'd probably take a mechanical pencil, and I'd probably do these panel lines. Give it a little more definition and shadowing. Look, that mirror fell off again. That's gonna need a little white glue. Wow, there's some little tiny ones for the door locks. Let's try. Up. One for the back too. They give you one extra in case you mess up. I guess the next big thing would be doing all those wheels, so I'm gonna sit through me doing these. Let's try it. That seems a little silly. I don't know if you really need those. I don't know, can you see them? I don't think those look very good. I think the wheels look alright without them. Now, let me try. It's a lot to do. I feel like those give it less depth, but again, you know, building a model is up to the person building it. I don't particularly like these decals on there. I think they look kind of goofy. So I think the wheels look fine without them. I'm gonna leave them off. I'm gonna take those off. Not for me. All right. That's it. That is done. I think it looks pretty cool. It'll look great on the shelf. You know, there's a little problem there. I might have to put some white glue on it. White glue the mirrors. Again, I didn't like the way the wheel decals looked. I think it looks fine without them. If I really want, I could take some smoke paint and go in there and get the same effect. But I think for sitting on the shelf and just being a display model, this is a nice little kit. I'll have to like polish off all my fingerprints, but you know, looks pretty good. All right, cool. That's been on the build bench with Scale Autocast.